Yeah, this is awesome.
This is a bad sign. They're all going to participate in combat.
Alright, that's cool. Yaman Hazim. Oh, he looks great. Check him out.
Nice.
He's Arabic player. Even though all my Arabic...
I haven't seen the first one.
No, you haven't seen it yet.
No, I won't either.
Okay. So the Witch Who's it? So all of the Arabic stuff always comes out as Indian because I always follow the Indian accent when I'm doing Arabic stuff. He's Arabic, really. He's really Arabic.
This I'm not sure that's Arabic.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. It's great. Yeah. And I mean,
You have to start to wake the guys.
what?
You have to rub them? Wake them? Oh. This die roast the first to die.
Yeah, just take all the stuff out. Okay. So this is
you might have to start rolling them like yesterday.
So this is a self-service operation. Each time that we do this, we're going to have to build things from the baggies, and you just take them out and place them from the eggs and all that stuff. And there's the...
So I'm dealing with the Troy, I guess?
Yeah, and I'll take care of Troy stuff. Okay. Or you're dealing with Troy stuff.
You have to grab my
Should I just put it over there?
We're passing the baggies in?
Yeah, pass it back at the end.
Yep. Okay, fine.
Everything's looking.
So I mean, we take all the stuff out of the baggies.
Alright, well, I'm in opinion.
Ooh, bags for everyone, man. Everyone. I don't have a bag. You don't have a bag? No.
sure you do. Isn't that one of the...
No, that one says MG.
What about one of those?
It was there.
Oh, that's yours. I won't see it.
Ah, see? He swiped your baggie.
He's trying to watch those ninjas.
Baggie. You thought you had to watch out for the road. Yeah. Okay.
Looks so innocent. Look,
All right. Oh, where? Yes, honest road, very interesting idea here.
yeah, right.
Okay,
I believe that.
So they don't want to class the thing right now.
And these things can also come out because he's here.
Look, I'm having quite a bit of trouble with where traveling myself.
Half orc. Half orc. What's the difference?
The eyes are red, that's all that counts. Would you call it?
I understand.
York. Okay. So every single section, basically begin with all the changes from the last section and first those types of things. You'll notice that we have lots of new stuff.
Yay!
Okay. So the big things that I want to point out. What? Oh, go ahead.
Take a pen, please.
You're basically going to get a new pen every single session, aren't you?
My goal is to be able to bring nothing to the game session. But I bring my dice already, so what?
But do you take a pen home every time?
No, I give them back.
Oh, very good. Okay, well, if that's the case, then it's like whatever. You're
Next
farming.
time I'll attach it to your game screen, okay?
Very good. There you go. You can stick your dice here.
With your character as well. At least a minimal set of dice.
Also, by the way, the pens are the exact size that you can put them in the bottom of the little baggie when you put your thing in there, so you can keep your pen in the same.
Was that one over there?
Well, these pens are different than the ones you had before.
This one.
Well, this is one of them too.
Was there a pen in the bag either?
Okay, so I can't claim what the size constraints are on the other pen. That's an unknown pen.
Yeah.
Who knows what my specifications are on that? Okay. So anyway, first of all, there are new tokens that we have, and there's two particular types of tokens that I want to point out which are important. Okay. One is we now have the combination charge flat-footed token. It's its own token. All right. So the AC tokens are its own thing. Okay, right. Next time I think wow. AC tokens still remain their own thing, I should say. And so these will be for other types of things that aren't charged. And yeah, there's all types of stuff which will reduce your AC, so this is still a useful token, right? So this will be the token now you put out on your card initially. Now, what's very important for the two spellcasters is that we now have
Summon creature token.
yes. So this one actually is your summon creature token. All right. So this is Cyrus. And then you get one summon creature token because you're never going to have one more than summon creature. And you get a whole freaking tray, just in case, because you might be summoning all types of stuff. Right. And so I decided, just for ease and convenience and all this other stuff, to give you the king. It doesn't mean that your stuff is going to be any bigger than any other stuff. It just means that he's going to maybe possibly go through the entire thing there. Yeah, so it makes it easier to do it that way. But we'll be doing the cards the exact same way, which is, there'll be the ace, and all that sort of stuff. So in that way, we'll actually be able to keep track of if we have a lot of summoned creatures, or a lot of allied creatures, or a lot of something going on, right? Which one's actually which. Sure. Now, in addition to that, what do you call it? We also have dedicated NPC tokens. You'll notice that in addition to the cards, we actually have tokens that go along with them. Now, I think...
You got a tree for this guys?
Yeah, tree.
Or you don't want to?
Yeah, no, we used the tree last time, it just kept falling over. So I just thought we'll just leave them out. We'll just leave them out. Okay, now, so that's new tokens. The other thing is, I was, in retrospect, really messed up last session. So I, went over the different recordings and all this weird stuff and, checked out all the different things that I was doing. And I made no less than 5 mistakes, major mistakes, that I've now caught. Okay? And I fully expected I made 5 other mistakes, which I hadn't caught. So just so you know, the last session was a nightmare. Well, I knew it was my turn. Anyway, so the big thing, okay, first of all, Spot is, in fact, as both of you were pointing out, a skill that anybody can use for everything. So everybody on your page, if you don't already have the Spot type of stuff, you should just write in, add up all the stuff, and just write in what your total is for the various things, right? So you have Spot.
Great.
Okay, so you have a +4, so you just put a 4 there. Okay, you just add up all the stuff, right? Okay. Do you have any Spot action? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So, and I've already updated it on my master sheet about all the different spots for your guys. Okay? So, that one I should have just looked up. When they said, is the Spot a thing you do? I said, absolutely not. Let's look it up. And if I looked it up on any reference, it would be, look, Spot is actually. So this was yet another mistake in the character sheet, is what it was. Right? So, the second mistake that I made, which was a huge mistake, is on delay. Okay, so your brilliant idea before should have worked and would have worked perfectly. Okay, to be able to attack multiple things after they raged and all this sort of stuff. Okay, what happened was you had moved prior to delaying. Okay, and so then I got it in my head that you could only take a standard action. After you delay. And then, even better, in my drug-filled haze, I confused the ready action with the delay action. Ready actions you can only ready a standard action. Delay actions you get your full thing. You're delaying. You can do whatever you do before, right? And actually, really what I should have done if you were delaying is I shouldn't have allowed you to move prior to the delay. Okay? If you're going to delay, that is your action until you play after. Okay? So okay.
If you delay, are you permanently moving to the new time spot?
That's right. So what happens is, conceptually speaking, what happens is once you start delaying, you just keep sweeping down the initiative order. Right?
Okay. So if you decide not to act, you can move yourself to the top of the order on the next round?
Yeah, and you just go right back to the top of the order and just keep going. You can do that indefinitely if you wanted to. And then once you act, you stick to whatever the initiative that you choose to stick to is.
Okay.
Okay, make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so really, it was a really great idea that you had, and then I totally messed it up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. So, the second thing, okay, now these are little things now. I would like to rename the heal skill to the care skill. Okay, because I've been noticing that there's been confusion when people say healing and this and that and the other thing and all sorts of stuff. And really, heal is not heal. You don't heal people with heal. You care for them with heal. Okay, all sorts of stuff. So you can just cross that out and then put in care. And I think it'll also now make a better distinction between when you say, okay, we need healing, okay, we have healing. It's like, we need caring. There are things that you do that you care for, and there are things that you do that you heal.
So can you please tell me the difference?
Can we call it tending instead of caring?
Okay, so I thought of tending. Okay, right. So tend. I could down with tending too. If people would prefer tend, you could do tend. Okay.
Well,
I already wrote care.
Okay, but the reason why I didn't want to do that is because it's part of the groom something, and then care, heal. Okay, right. Part of that trio, the synergy block.
Yeah.
And if we did that, I think that people would think that it means like tending sheep or tending flocks, type of thing, right?
Okay.
So that's the only reason why I didn't want to do tend. But either way, I think tend is a good word. Tend is a good choice for the word. So I mean,
carrying is kind of, I can just, sitting here.
What?
I'm just thinking of the whole thing, it's like, you need someone to care.
Exactly, there you go. It could be a little,
Doesn't anybody care?
a pink elephant, a purple dinosaur, you know, I care.
If we
I'm gonna care at 7.
If we just write in TLC, we've got 10.
Beautiful! Let's call it TLC. Let's call it TLC. Beautiful.
And the difference between healing and whatever this thing is.
I'll tell you what it is.
That shall remain unnamed.
So, by the way, I've been actually trying to contrive situations that you can use TLC, but we've never had an opportunity for you to do so. Okay, you could use the TLC for. So he had that wound before that was, bleeding, and it was going to keep bleeding. See, these guys decided to do that, so they stopped it before happening. But anyway, it was going to keep bleeding, and then you could keep bleeding, and then that's something that you care for, that you tend to. Okay, right? Now it also turns out that healing pretty much will do anything that caring will do. Okay, but caring is something that you don't need a spell for, and that anybody who has the appropriate skill can do.
But not during a battle, you do it.
No, you can do it during
fine
battle.
and
No, you can do it during. Okay, so there are some applications of it that you definitely do during battle. Another application of it is this thing called stabilize. So when people get to below 0 hit points, so they get to negative hit points, they're about to die. Right. And then if they go a certain number of rounds, then they're going to die. Okay. And what you do is you can go up to them, you can tend them, you can care for them, and then stabilize them and then keep them from dying.
So then they're just mostly dead.
Right. And then they're just messed up. Right. Then they're just about to die, not actually going to die. Okay. So that's another big thing of it. Another one is that you can do what Firefly was mentioned before, which is if you do have a long period of time, then you can care for someone or tend to someone, and then actually increase the rate at which they gain rest healing points. So you know how every single day, you get back a certain number of points from resting? You can double that. You can effectively double that. Okay? Yeah.
You get twice your combo.
You get twice your combo. Well, you get twice your combo. You get twice the whole thing. So you get twice your combo bonus plus twice your level. Okay. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you care for yourself?
No.
Okay.
You cannot care for yourself. That's a very important question. You cannot care for yourself. Okay.
No matter what?
What?
No matter what?
I don't know. Why don't you try it in some situations? Might help.
Okay.
Okay. So the
Can you care for can you tend your own, if you're bleeding, can you take care of your own bleeding wounds? Not care for yourself to give you double hit points.
yes, you can. Okay. So it is specifically in the case of the bleeding wound. Okay.
You can take care of it, you can TLC yourself.
You can TLC yourself, correct?
But you can't TLC yourself if you're trying to double your rate.
That's correct. You can't-
Because by doing TLC, you've negated the fact that you can actually get TLC.
That's correct, exactly. By doing the TLC, so in order to get the stuff anyway, you need to rest. And if you do take any activity, which means using any skill or using any ability, then you're not resting. Okay? So then by definition, you can't do it. By the way, also, I'll just mention, if it's not clear already, you also cannot use TLC on yourself if you're dying. So if you're negative on hit points and unconscious, you can't actually self-stabilize using TLC. Just so you know.
What if you had a skill that enabled you to still actively do things up to minus 10 hit points?
Well, if you
Then
had
you're
Die Hard, if you had Die Hard, or if you were raging, or if you all this other stuff, well, then we'd have to see now, wouldn't we? Why don't you try it and find out? It's a good idea.
I don't think I'll waste a feat on trying to get die hard.
Well, someone in the party, not mentioning names, someone in the party is going to naturally pick up that whole tree anyway. They get the hit point tree as one of their class trees. Okay? And then someone in the party already has.
Someone in the party?
Some stuff with it. So whatever, who knows what's going to happen? Okay.
I don't know who that someone is.
Yeah, I don't know who it is too.
And I don't know who that someone is either, but if you guys think of something that I can do that I have no idea what he's talking about, please let me know, because I have no idea what he's talking about.
Excellent.
All I know is I got range.
Yeah. And
We don't even know what we're talking about. How are we supposed to keep track of him?
And you've got rage, and we very clearly determined that your rage is in fact more powerful than Loose Mighty.
But 412.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So now something else is we had some questions before about using survival for tracking. Okay. Now in the rules as written, it says you can only use survival to track for DC 10 or less. And it also says that for track finding, you can use for search. You can use search for track for DC 20 or less. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that there's a big disparity there. Okay? And I also don't like the fact that I have to remember any of the different things. So from now on, whenever you have a skill that is modified by a feat, right, and you can use the skill up to some sort of thing again, also, it'll be 15. Okay? And that actually makes more sense. Right? Because first of all, you can't do jack with 10. Okay, right? 10 is a huge giant was stomping his feet, in the mud, making tracks for you to follow, okay, right? The guy was dropping the big breadcrumbs that were neon and glowing and all that for you to follow, right? That's what a DC 10 is. It's worthless, right? So 15 actually gives you a chance of using it for some things, right? Now on the flip side, I have long thought, good God, if you can search up the things like the DC 20, right? What the heck, right? I mean, what is the incremental benefit of track line? Right, and all sorts of others. So, the way that it's going to work now, the new way both of those skills are going to work now is that first, right off the bat, if you have ranks in the skill, no, if you don't have ranks in the skill, if you can use the skill, right, search or survival, are these skills that you can use on
Survival requires you to take ranks in it.
Okay, so that's a trained skill.
Really?
Search is also a trained skill?
Search is untrained.
Search is untrained. Okay, very good. Okay.
Survival?
So, well, in any event, the thing is,
Yes.
wait, survival is untrained?
That's what you had written down on my card.
No, survival is trained.
Survival is totally trained.
Oh, wait a second. That's what you must.
That's what it is!
That's what you messed up on.
Thank you, you figured it out. Okay, so what happened is in the little spreadsheet thing, I put in spot and survival right next to each other. I accidentally put it into the wrong thing. So you shouldn't have, for people who don't have ranks in survival, you should cross out the survival. Okay, so if you have ranks in survival, of course you keep it. Okay, but if you don't have ranks in survival, then you don't. Right?
Spot is untrained.
Spot is untrained, perfect.
But we've agreed that if you don't have any ranks in a skill, you can still use it, but you just take them the modifier.
You just take straight modifier. No, if you don't have rank,
For example, I tried fishing a while back.
Yeah.
I had a -1 in survival. And back in the day, I think I rolled a D10.
I understand. Okay, but
Now I roll-
do you have a rank in it?
No.
You have no rank in it, then you can't use it at all.
So I couldn't have fished.
You couldn't. Well, no, you could